Have you ever wondered if the strange noises you hear at night could be something otherworldly? Welcome to the enigmatic, often unsettling, yet undeniably intriguing realm of paranormal investigations. This is a world where the unexplained becomes the subject of intense scrutiny, where the inexplicable noises in the dead of night, the objects that inexplicably shift places, or the fleeting apparitions that catch the corner of your eye all find a place. Narratives of the paranormal are as diverse as they are numerous. Some are hair-raising tales of spectral figures, others revolve around poltergeist activity, and then there are those that tell of eerie voices from the beyond. Each story, each experience, is a piece of the puzzle that forms the larger picture of the paranormal. Our journey today takes us into the heart of this fascinating world. We'll delve into the depths of paranormal investigations, sifting through testimonies, scrutinizing evidence, and separating fact from fiction. This video delves deep into the world of paranormal investigations to discover what's fact and what's fiction. Contrary to popular belief, paranormal investigations aren't just about chasing ghosts in spooky old houses. The pursuit of the supernatural is far more scientific than it may initially appear, with a strong emphasis on empirical evidence and logical reasoning. Let's delve into the scientific methods that paranormal investigators employ in their quest to understand the unknown. These methods are not dissimilar to those used in more conventional areas of scientific investigation, and they are just as rigorous. Firstly, investigators use a variety of specialized tools to gather evidence. One such device is the EMF meter, which measures changes in electromagnetic fields. This tool is based on the theory that paranormal entities can cause fluctuations in these fields. If an EMF meter detects a sudden spike in an area where no known source of electromagnetic energy exists, it could suggest the presence of something otherworldly. Infrared cameras also play a crucial role in paranormal investigations. These cameras can detect heat signatures and are used to capture images in low-light conditions. The idea is that supernatural entities may give off heat or cold spots, which these cameras can pick up. Digital voice recorders are another essential tool. These devices are used to capture electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs. The theory is that spirits can imprint their voices onto electronic media, and these voices can be heard upon playback. However, it's essential to remember that these tools are just that, tools. They aid in the gathering of evidence, but they do not provide definitive proof on their own. Investigators must corroborate their findings with other evidence and rule out all rational explanations before considering the paranormal. The process is meticulous and requires a keen understanding of both the natural and the supernatural. Investigators must be able to distinguish between ordinary occurrences and potential paranormal activity. They must be objective, skeptical, and willing to accept that not every bump in the night is a ghost. So while it may seem like a ghost hunt, it's really a meticulous scientific process. One of the most famous cases in paranormal history is the Enfield Poltergeist, a tale that begins in the late summer of 1977 in the London borough of Enfield. A single mother and her 4 children became the center of a haunting that would captivate and terrify the nation. It all started innocently enough. The children claimed their beds were shaking, furniture was moving on its own, and toys were thrown across the room. But as the days turned into weeks, the incidents escalated. Loud noises echoed in the night, objects would levitate, and even the children themselves were reportedly lifted into the air. The family was living in fear. Investigations were launched both by paranormal researchers and skeptics alike. Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, members of the Society for Psychical Research, were the primary investigators. Over a period of 18 months, they collected an impressive amount of evidence. Over 2,000 instances of paranormal activity were reported. This included audio recordings of inexplicable noises and alleged poltergeist voices, as well as eyewitness accounts of the strange happenings. However, skeptics were not so easily convinced. They pointed out inconsistencies in the children's testimonies, suggested trickery, and even accused the family of staging the whole thing for attention. One of the children, Janet, was caught on camera bending spoons and bouncing on the bed, which further fueled the skeptics' doubts. Yet despite these criticisms, the investigators stood by their belief that the events were genuine. The Enfield Poltergeist case is a fascinating study of the paranormal because it brings to the fore the complexities of such investigations. It highlights the fine line between belief and skepticism, the struggle to balance the inexplicable with the need for verifiable proof. To this day, the Enfield case stirs debate among paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics. Was it a genuine haunting or an elaborate hoax? The truth may never be definitively known. The Enfield case remains one of the most controversial in paranormal investigation history. Another infamous case that shook the world of paranormal investigations is the Amityville horror. In the early 70s, the small town of Amityville, New York, became the epicenter of a chilling paranormal case. The Lutz family moved into a house on Ocean Avenue, unaware that just a year prior, a young man named Ronald DeFeo Jr. had murdered his entire family in their sleep within those very walls. The Lutz family began experiencing a series of inexplicable and terrifying events. Reports ranged from strange smells and cold spots to green slime oozing from the walls. The family's claims escalated to the point of seeing a red-eyed, pig-like creature and being awoken by an unseen force at 3:15 every morning, the exact time of the DeFeo murders. The Amityville horror became a global sensation, inspiring countless books, films, and debates. The Lutz family even underwent a lie detector test, which they passed, adding further fuel to the fire of those believing in the haunting. However, this case was not without its controversy. Many skeptics pointed out inconsistencies in the family's story and the lack of physical evidence. Some even accused the Lutz family of fabricating the entire event as a money-making scheme, an accusation that was further supported when Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s lawyer, William Weber, admitted that he, along with the Lutzes, created this horror story over many bottles of wine. These revelations led to a significant backlash, and the Amityville horror case is often viewed today with a heavy dose of skepticism. It has become a stark reminder of the need for rigorous investigation, thorough evidence collection, and a healthy dose of skepticism when dealing with claims of the paranormal. It's a reminder that, while the world of the supernatural can be fascinating, it's also filled with its fair share of scams and hoaxes. The Amityville case has since become a cautionary tale about the importance of rigorous investigation and skepticism in the paranormal field. Not all paranormal cases are grounded. The ghost of Flight 401 is an eerie example. In the twilight of December 1972, Eastern Airlines Flight 401 plunged into the Florida Everglades, taking the lives of 101 passengers and crew. A tragic accident indeed, but the story didn't end there. It took a turn towards the uncanny when the survivors and rescue workers began to report strange happenings. Following the crash, parts from Flight 401 were salvaged and used in other aircraft. It was in these planes that the apparitions started to appear. Passengers and crew members reported seeing the ghostly figures of Captain Robert Loft and flight engineer Don Repo, both of whom perished in the crash. These were not fleeting, shadowy figures glimpsed in the corner of an eye. Loft and Repo appeared solid, real, often engaging with the crew, offering advice or warnings about potential mechanical issues. They were seen in cockpits, galleys, and even passenger areas, always in planes containing salvaged parts from Flight 401. The sightings were so frequent and detailed that Eastern Airlines could not ignore them. Investigations were launched, both internal and external. Psychologists, aviation experts, even parapsychologists were called in to examine these claims. Theories were put forward, from mass hallucinations to psychological trauma, but none could fully explain the detailed, consistent sightings. Despite the company's efforts to quash the rumors, the stories persisted. Eastern Airlines eventually removed all the salvaged parts from Flight 401 from their planes. The sightings of Loft and Repo, however, continued for some years after. The ghost of Flight 401 remains a chilling reminder that paranormal experiences can occur anywhere, anytime. Even in the seemingly mundane surroundings of an airplane, the echoes of a past tragedy can reverberate, blurring the lines between the physical world and the realm of the unexplained. It serves as a testament to the enduring mystery of the paranormal, a mystery that continues to captivate and confound us. While there are many who believe in the paranormal, there's an equally large group of skeptics. Let's dive into the skeptic's perspective on paranormal investigations. Skeptics, by nature, are individuals who tend to question or doubt accepted opinions. They're not the party poopers of the supernatural world, but rather the critical thinkers who remind us to keep our feet firmly on the ground, even when we're dealing with phenomena that seem to float above it. One of the most common criticisms from skeptics is the heavy reliance on subjective and anecdotal evidence in paranormal investigations. Subjective evidence is based on personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. Anecdotal evidence, on the other hand, is based on personal accounts rather than facts or research. In the realm of the paranormal, this often comes in the form of personal experiences with ghosts, poltergeists, or other unexplained phenomena. Despite the skepticism, the world of paranormal investigations continues to intrigue and mystify. There's an undeniable allure to the unknown, a siren call that draws us into the shadows of the unexplained. It's as if our curiosity, our thirst for knowledge, is magnetized by the mysteries that lie just beyond the reach of our understanding. Paranormal phenomena have been a part of our collective consciousness for centuries. Tales of ghosts, spirits, and otherworldly entities have woven themselves into the fabric of our cultures, leaving indelible marks on our literature, our art, and our folklore. And today, the paranormal continues to captivate us in new and exciting ways. Consider the popularity of television shows like Ghost Hunters or Supernatural. These programs tap into our deep-seated fascination with the unexplained, serving up tantalizing glimpses into the unknown. They keep us on the edge of our seats with stories of haunted houses, eerie apparitions, and strange occurrences that defy logical explanation. Then there are the movies, the books, the podcasts, each one adding another layer to our collective intrigue. From the spine-chilling narratives of Stephen King to the eerie docudramas of unsolved mysteries, the paranormal has become a staple of our entertainment diet. And it's not just about the scare factor. The paranormal invites us to question, to speculate, to imagine. It challenges us to step outside the boundaries of our everyday reality and consider the possibilities that lie beyond. Yes, skepticism is a part of the equation. It's only natural to question, to demand evidence, to seek rational explanations. But the allure of the paranormal goes beyond the need for proof. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, one thing is certain. The paranormal world is a fascinating place to explore. However, delving into the unknown isn't always harmless. It's a phrase that rings true, particularly in the realm of paranormal investigations. As we peer beyond the veil of our known reality, it's essential to remember that this pursuit carries unseen consequences that can impact us in profound ways. When we open ourselves up to the supernatural, we're not just risking a scare or two, we're potentially opening the floodgates to psychological impacts that can be as unsettling as any ghostly apparition. The adrenaline rush from a haunting investigation might seem thrilling, but it can also trigger anxiety, sleep disturbances, or even post-traumatic stress disorder. The mind, after all, is a fragile thing, and filling it with thoughts of the eerie and the uncanny can sometimes leave lasting scars. Moreover, the constant quest for the unknown can lead to obsession. Paranormal investigators, caught up in the mystery and allure of their pursuits, can neglect their personal lives, relationships, and even their own well-being. It's a slippery slope, and one that's all too easy to slide down when you're chasing phantoms. Then there's the matter of respect. Paranormal investigators often venture into abandoned places, graveyards, and other spaces that carry historical or cultural significance. In the pursuit of the supernatural, it's all too easy to forget the living, to disregard the importance of these places to communities and to history. This can lead to unintended harm and a disregard for the sanctity of these locations. And so, as we venture into the shadows in search of answers, let's not forget to prioritize mental health awareness. Let's remember to respect the places we visit and the spirits we seek to understand. Let's remind ourselves that every thrill comes with a potential cost, and that cost should never be underestimated. While the thrill of the unknown can be exciting, one must always tread with caution. The world of the paranormal is a fascinating, enthralling place, but it's also a realm where the unseen consequences can be just as eerie as the specters we seek.